Oh, we're in a call. Hey, welcome everybody to our first tier video for the channel. Let's go! Today we're going to be discussing our thoughts on some commanders coming from the... What?
Objective truths, not thoughts, all right?
Yes. Coming from two different points of view, Tyler being the power gamer, who's got a little bit of Timmy in him, and me, who's a player who's been playing for a long time, don't keep up too much with the newer cards, so kind of take both sides of the spectrum on what we think of these commanders. So let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with our criteria for judgment. We're going to be judging these things off of three different criteria. Number one being the raw power.
Raw power!
Whether these commanders are hipster friendly or not. So is it something that you're seeing frequently out in the wild, or is it something that is quite unique when you see it? Hipster friendly being more of a positive thing, because at the end of the day, this is a format that enables people to be themselves and is a reflection of them, and you want to be unique if you can, if possible.
If I've seen 2 to 3 other people playing this commander, you're losing points. You're losing
Straight
points.
Straight up. And our third criteria of judgment would be the variability in the deck building. So this is something that's quite linear, and you're seeing the current gameplay play out in the same way each time that you see it, or is it something that follows different paths? Maybe one person builds it a specific way and each other person can build it their own way. So those are the three criteria of judgment for today's video.
All right, Matt. The first card. You actually have this deck. I've seen you play it twice. Both times have been a
Funny
disaster.
story.
Yeah.
Yes, so bad. No, personally, for me, bad. Didn't play the way that I wanted it to. Unfortunately, I just took the top EDH rec deck, the average deck, and then pasted it into Moxfield, and that was the deck. Unfortunately for me, I thought that was going to be a good idea, but it wasn't. But Pride of the Whole Clade, I am familiar with this. If you're not, it's a legendary Crocodile Elk Turtle. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control. It does have Defender, but for 2 and 2 blue, until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw cards equal to its toughness and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. I'm going to say, going back to our criterion of judgment, it has potential to be very highly powerful, just because those defenders that you're typically going to be playing will cheapen the cost of this, and that I did see when I played the deck. It was able to get the ball rolling fairly quickly. I just, through the building process, wasn't able to get it to be able to take advantage of that quick ramp up. So I'm going to give it a good ranking for the raw power. Hipster friendly or not, I'm going to say that it's not very hipster friendly. I'm going to say that I haven't seen it very often, but SIMIC typically is more highly played because it has access to the ramp and the draw to get you more easily into these things. So I'm going to say, but I guess it's playing Defender, so maybe it is a little bit more hipster friendly. I guess I'll say it's hipster friendly. I'm going to change my mind. I'm a turncoat. And then for variability in deck building, it is pretty straightforward. Defenders, cards that you're playing, draw cards. I assume you're going to try to draw your deck out. So variability, very low. So overall, personally, I'm going to give this a B as a rating, right in the middle. Powerful, hipster friendly, but linear.
I mean, I pretty much come to the same conclusion. I think the way that you played it would probably be on the lower power side, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You put a bunch of big fatties with big butts on the field, and you draw your entire deck. You put a Lab Man down. You put a Thassa's Oracle down. You'll win the game right there. But you said hipster friendly. I couldn't believe that you said isn't hipster friendly first. You're the only person who I've ever heard mention this card. So, yeah.
Listen, card draw in the command zone. Well, I guess card draw enabler in the command zone is pretty. I guess I thought I'd see it more often in the wild, but with the amount of legends that we've been seeing more recently, not that I actually know what they do, I just know that they're coming more frequently. I guess things are kind of coming and going unless it's like really, really something that people are connecting with. But
well, this set was kind
maybe
of
this missed.
This set was kind of a like for the
A donkey brain.
People hated Karlov. I kind of liked it. There's another commander from Karlov on this list that I've wanted to make but have yet to do. But the variability in deck building, you're playing defenders. That's nothing. I'll give it a See, I rate variability a lot higher than the others, so I know I might give it a C. C for crocodile. C for crocodile.
Crocodilio.
AC. Reap the Tides. That is the commander deck. That is from. That was my first commander ever. So you might see it on the channel sometime, although I don't have it anymore. 4 SIMIC. It's a 5/5. Played an additional land each turn whenever you play a land, draw a card. Super basic. Powerful. Very powerful, definitely. That's why it's in a lot of decks. But super basic. I don't know. Landfall is just a super powerful archetype.
Right? Super, like, whenever you can be given a bonus for doing something that you're just going to naturally do every turn, and it's enabling you to do more of that every turn, is super powerful. So raw power got to be top tier raw power.
Give it an A for AC, for power.
All right. What about hipster friendly? Not at all. This is not a hipster friendly card. This is everywhere. Understandably so, just because the barrier of entry is so low. The additional land drops, the drawing cards is exactly kind of what a new player should be doing, getting them excited about the game of Magic. So it's not hipster friendly, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think this is how we get people to want to play the game. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, it got me hooked. I was dropping. I remember in the pre-con, it comes with a Simic Sky Swallower, which is a terrible card. But I remember I played it against Andrew, and he goes, "Oh my god!" And I had such a great visceral reaction to his anguish. But
let me just see if this is the card that I think it is. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards of all time, by the way. Flying Trample, Simic, Sky Swallow. So it has Shroud.
Yeah.
Flying Trample, Shroud, 6/6. This is like, as being a self-proclaimed Timmy, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I wanted to be playing. And again, as a new Magic player, that's sick. So, Simic Sky Swallower, S tier. By the way.
Oh man, but yeah, no variability in deck building. I mean, you're playing land, stumping fatties, nothing special. Right. I'd say B. I'd say
overall.
Yeah. B for based.
Based. Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's good for the community. It's good for. Yeah, it's good for people having a good time. It's one removal spell away from having to pay what? 8 mana again for them to play it. So, it's not really slowing them down too much playing all those extra lands. So, yeah, we'll give it. I agree with you. All right. We'll give it an A tier.
Perfect.
Up next, we have Zamone. Mystery Raveler for 2, green and a blue. It's a legendary creature, human wizard with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread. If this is the first time this ability is resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. You can look up what manifest dread means. Gotcha for there. It's also a 3/3. Zamone. I don't know. Something about this card makes me just dislike it. Raw power. I imagine again. Man, we're sensing a theme with a lot of these cards. Landfall, making things happen. I've seen people do naughty things with Manifest Dread, so I'm gonna imagine this is a little bit higher on the power scale. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one on the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, other into your graveyard. Turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it's a creature. I imagine people are cheating stuff into play with that. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a little bit... I'm going to say that's mid to high. Mid power. We'll say mid.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's definitely easier. You kind of got to pack your deck with lands. So it's... I always run 34 in my...
You have a Zimone deck?
No, I don't have a Zimone deck.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Decks, I run like 34 lands, so...
Right.
I need to sacrifice a few cards, but if you play 2 lands a turn, you're just putting something down and flipping it. So you could flip like a Portal to Phyrexia or something like that, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Right.
Hipster level. I mean, it was a face commander for a precon, but I've only ever seen our buddy Tim play it. So probably not too many people. I feel like Duskmourn was a pretty popular set, but
Right.
I'd give it a mid tier for that too.
I'd probably agree. It's definitely more, just because it is a face commander. I'd imagine it is more highly played, but just maybe not in our play group or the LGSs around us. But you know, anything that gives people more access to a card, you'll probably see it more often. So leave a comment down below if you see Zimone in your play group. What about variability in deck building? I imagine dropping lands, getting stuff cheated in is probably pretty... I guess the things that you're manifesting could probably change depending on what you want to do. Like there might be a bit of variability in the deck building there.
Yeah, you could be a complete asshole as long as you're hitting those 2 lands. Like I said, Portal Phyrexia, you could put both comas out. You could bounce everybody's entire boards. So you could be an asshole, or you could be cool and play a Terastodon. Even that's kind of
Help everybody out.
Yeah. you could play some cool cards or some not cool cards.
Is that gaslighting?
Yeah.
I'm helping everyone.
You can blow up your own lands, and then you'll have 3/3s. Think about it.
Technique.
I will rate this. I think Manifest Dread's pretty cool. I'll say high B. High B.
Ooh, this is our first disagreement. We've only been through 2, but we're gonna start out hot and fast. I'm gonna give this a C. Again.
All right.
This brings me no excitement whatsoever
Really?
seeing the card. So yeah, no.
Okay.
I really didn't like the Duskmourn set. I don't like the being a more entrenched Magic the Gathering player who started in 2015. Seeing some of the like more sci-fi futuristic stuff kind of turns me away from it, and I think like the campy, cheesy nature of the set made me just like lose interest in it personally. So
Oh man,
I'm sure it's a strong card. Not for me. I'm gonna say C.
you're gonna hate it because there's a Star Trek set coming out, and there's
Oh
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, I saw the land cycle for the Ninja Turtles, the pizza slice basic lands. You will never see me with one of those in my
Disgusting.
decks. Guaranteed.
you
That's
run
not
that?
my magic. Out.
We don't want you.
Donkey brain tier for you.
Donkey Brain. Hawkball. Hawkball. I hate you because you're friends with Peyton. I love Peyton.
That's all it takes, folks.
But he's killed me one too many times with this loser merfolk scum. Alright? Yeah, so
If you like Merfolk Scum, check the description for Peyton's deck list for this deck.
Or-
Torture your friends like he does to us.
or videos. Or it's being played. I think we got one coming out soon. I don't know. I don't do the behind the scenes work. I'm the face. But Hawkball has, at the beginning of combat on your turn, each merfolk you control explores. That does some things like putting counters on your creatures. You can keep things on top, put them in the graveyard. I trust Peyton knows what he's doing, and I allow him to take advantage of that if he does. And if Hawkball attacks, you can dump a land out for free to draw a card. Powerful. Always kind of like the underdog. I feel like if you give him 2 or 3 turns to build, you're probably getting swung at and brutally decimated for invading his land. But yeah, so pretty strong.
That's Ixalan.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you again. Merfolk are cheaper to cast. They're lower on the power toughness scale, but with the exploration, every combat, you're going to be pumping those creatures up, getting a land, drawing a card. This is everything that you want to be doing. Again, in the similar vein as AC, I would definitely recommend newer players getting a hold of this deck, building it yourself. Yeah, super fun to play against, even when he's destroying us. I enjoy playing against it. I'm going to say this is probably a little bit stronger. From my experience with one of our friends playing it, I'd say it's probably on the higher end, but I imagine there are some people that are playing it at a lower power scale than us. So its power seems to be variable. Up next, we got the hipster friendly or not. That's the only time I've ever seen that deck is Peyton playing it. The line for Tyler Walpole was pretty solid, but I don't know that people were standing in line for to get their Hawkball card signed. So I'm gonna say also that's a pretty hipster friendly deck. I'd give it a high grade on that too.
Yeah, merfolk suck, so kind of no one's drawn to it except for the Seam at one point for like 10 years, and he just kept failing until Peyton picked it up and put him in his place. Said merfolk are good, Nassim.
All it took was green being added to its colors, and it was fine.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just playing merfolk though, so it's gonna be the same most of the time. So low rating on uniqueness.
Agreed. Low variability, because at the end of the day, you want to play Merfolk. It's true. So our overall rating. I'm gonna think about this. What are you thinking?
I feel like this is just a SIMIC thing. I feel inclined to give it a B. I feel like SIMIC is just always towing that line of just mediocrity.
Could be good.
Yeah, never so exciting, but never really bad.
Right.
I'll give it a B. We're in the B's and C's.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think it's a B too. I think, like you said, so far the landfall is the catalyst for all of these Simic things. So, yeah, I'll give it to Hawkball as a B for it being something that again could capture a new player interest. So we'll say B for that. I agree.
Hawkball knows ball. Ivy. One of my favorite decks, but I almost never pull it out because people get upset. People get really upset because I made a very strange version of it where there are different rows and columns to track what mutations on it, what enchants on it. It's pretty gross and very hard to keep track of, but it is disgusting, especially with things like a venerated rat priest, where whenever you target Ivy, or if an opponent tries to remove it, they're just gonna get poison. I remember I killed Emmy once because they pongified my Ivy, so I just pongified all of my Ivies and then put 20 poison counters
Oh, that's nasty.
So super high power. I believe it's very high power.
Yeah, I assume there's a couple different ways that you could build it. One being like the cheap pump spells, or you could go sicko mode and do that nonsense that you're up to. This is really powerful. Being 2 mana, 2/1 with flying. Just the stats alone, I think, are, you know, there's not a lot of flyer aside from the dragons that are have come around since Tarkir. But even it just getting commander damage in, you could kill somebody pretty quickly with Ivy. So I'm gonna say power, raw power,
Raw.
hipster friendly or not. What do you think, Tyler?
I am the only person I've ever seen play this. And even more unique is using mutate cards in it as well, which is like pretty frequently used on Trek, which is also a very niche mechanic that people hate. So I would say so. I would say it's pretty low on the popularity poll.
Yeah, agreed. I'd say this Dominaria United, I feel like there's some really good cards in it. But there's so many legendary creatures in this set that people probably just got overwhelmed with the variety, the number of choices that you could make. And this, again, is probably something that just slipped under the radar. Because I agree. I have never seen another Ivy deck. I'm very thankful for that as well. Variability in deck building. I'm going to say it's probably lower. Your mutate deck aside, I imagine most of it is just going to be like cantrips, like targeting things. Yeah. I'm going to say it's going to be on the lower end.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple past, really two. It's like either cantrips or auras. And you're always putting like supplemental clone spells. The mutate is just to make it so I can cast just regular clone spells because I can't clone a legendary creature, so I have to make it non-legendary by making it into a pouncing shore shark. But yeah, great card. I'm
very
giving
cool.
It a hot A.
You know, I told Tyler I was going to absolutely obliterate this Ivy, but yeah, I'm going to obliterate. I'm going to give it a D just because watching Tyler play this deck literally makes me want to never play Magic the Gathering again. In post editing, Tyler, if you want to just put up an example of one of your, you could say even a moderately
I'll make a screenshot
played Ivy. If you see this card in the wild and someone is playing it as a degenerate like Tyler is, just know, like he said with Hawkball, you're gonna have no idea what's going on, and you're just gonna have to trust Tyler that you're dead when the time comes.
Mm-hmm. So it gets an A.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Gets an A.
We got Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy, SIMIC. For a legendary creature, human druid, whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. 5. In a green and a blue, look at the top 5 cards of your library and put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This is a card I wasn't very happy to see in this list because I have seen it before. Raw power. This Kinnan is a CEDH, kind of like a staple card for decks. I'm not a big fan of it for that, but you can't deny the power of tapping for extra mana, searching Digimon style for the top 5 of your library for non-humans, and just dumping it onto the battlefield. It's nasty.
Yeah, there's nothing else to be said. This card.
It's nasty.
I wish it was never born. If you see somebody sitting down at the table across from me with this, they probably have no social awareness. Like, it's crazy. You see it, you should be trembling.
Yeah, if they're not saying that it's CEDH, I'd be not very optimistic about it.
I would leave. I
Hipster friendly or not,
don't think we have to go over
this
this.
is no.
Hot garbage card. I think it belongs in D. Donkey brain, doofus, degenerate. Please die.
D. I agree. D tier. We won't cover the rest of the other criteria. If you're playing this card, don't find your way into our play group. I don't want to see you.
You won't be our fourth. Call back.
Hey.
Coma. This one's for you, Dan.
Coma Chameleon.
Coma, chameleon. Great card. Really annoying.
Kaya Cam.
Yeah. She was sleeping because it's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect time to record a video.
I know. Can't be countered. A lot of mana though, but you're in Simic, so that doesn't matter. Every upkeep,
Right.
every person's upkeep, you get a 3/3, and you can sack the 3/3 to tap something down, or make Coma indestructible. So it's never leaving the board unless you're exiling it. And Nassim, when he used to be in his despicable years, he would clone it 10 times, make 30 coils every turn, and then just lock the game out and bash you down over the course of like 2 turn cycles to kill you. So power, we're in the upper echelon.
Yep, agreed. This is like, especially for kind of where we're playing at like friendly, like non-competitive Magic. I'd say this is definitely, not that it's non-competitive, but we're gonna have to record on this. What's the word I'm thinking of, Tyler?
I'm leaving this in.
No, casual. That's the word. Yeah, for casual Magic, I'd say that this is going to be on the higher end, just because really it's going to take a lot of intervention between the other people at the table, and you're not seeing a lot of interaction typically at those more casual tables. So unless people are really putting the boots to this thing, they're probably going to end up with 3-4 opportunities to tap permanents and make Coma indestructible. So that exile is really the only thing that's going to be stopping this, or a counter spell. Well, psych, it can't be countered. So yeah, really that exile is it.
Yep.
Hipster friendly or not? What do you think?
Nobody plays it in the command zone. Everybody plays it outside of that in the 99. So I'll say it's a bona fide basic bitch card. Everyone, how many copies of Coma do you have, Matt?
0.
That's crazy. I have like 4.
I might have 1. I think the traumatic brain injury that Nassim has put on me over the years of playing Coma has made me completely like black out. Dude, knowing I could purchase this card. Yeah. I don't think I own a copy of this. Also, it was pretty expensive for a while too. So anything over like a $5 card, I really have a hard time spending the money on. So maybe if it's dropped, I'd consider it. But as a commander, I would say I don't see this card ever as a commander. Dan, I've never seen him play that deck ever, so I'm gonna say this is a pretty hipster friendly.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's hipster friendly. So it'd get a high score for me on that.
All right. Disagree. That's fine.
Disagree and commit.
You're probably just building this with like token doublers, clone effects, ramping hard, and then just locking the game out, so it's not fun. So I'd give it low variability. I'd say
Agreed.
C for Coma.
I'd give it a C as well.
All right. Lock in.
Lock it in on a C. Just because I don't imagine I would see this played very often.
All right. Well, we got 3 more.
3 more. Speaking of cards that you've probably never seen, or card that I've never seen until this moment, Zolotoyic, the Smiling Flood, 6 mana, Commander, Salamander Serpent. Whenever Zolotoyic, the Smiling Flood, enters the battlefield or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. That land is an island in addition to its other types for as long as there's a flood counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, untap each permanent you control with a counter on it. Not specifically a flood counter. Looks like any counter.
Yeah.
Okay. Raw power. I'm gonna say that's probably A plus power.
Okay.
I would give that. I would consider building this if I'm looking at it.
I mean, I have attempted to build it a few times because there are other cards that put flood counters on things too, like Illuge. So that will make spells cost less, I think. The first spell you cast each turn. So you're untapping lands, and then you get to play them for cheaper. And then you can also put counters on creatures, so it's a Seaborn Muse at home. And you can use cards like Goldberry to transfer the counters around too. So
that's cool.
I think it could be powerful.
Listen, man, I'm getting good vibes about this. All right. I'm going to give you a recommendation for one of my pet cards. Our play group has power crept me out of doing the fun things that I want to do in order to keep up with them. But I'm going to say Tidal Barracuda, one of my favorite cards. 4 mana, creature, fish. Any player may cast spells as though they had flash. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn for a 3/4. That would be super cool in this. And that you're untapping your lands. You could be even making this like a sea serpent creature deck where you're just casting one more big fatty before your turn passes. That could be really cool.
Yeah, no. Powerful. Nobody plays it.
Very hipster friendly.
Yeah, and I do think you could take this deck a couple different ways. You could focus on like playing big creatures during your main step and then using it to hold up a bunch of mana for interaction. You could do it flash speed stuff like you said, or you could try to get all the flood counters because there's like 2 or 3 cards that do it. So you can just have all your stuff untapped because you're putting like 10 flood counters on your board a turn, and then just playing a bunch of stuff. So I think you go a couple different ways. I would honestly, I might give the axolotl an S. Honestly, I might.
Hey,
I might.
Listen. Again, I had never seen this card. This could be a completely fake card, and I would never know. I am not a big fan of the art personally. It's a little bit silly for me.
He's smiling.
With the smile, I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. I'm gonna give this an S. This might be something that we should do a brew for. This is cool. I'm a big fan of this.
Sick. All right. Good stuff. Oh, and we get to King Volo. This is the first
Another deck that Tyler has not built.
So this was the first deck.
Dude, you love Simic.
I have a love-hate relationship with Simic. I feel like every Simic deck is like pretty similar. This is the first deck I try to make on my own completely. It was terrible. But it could be really good. This is like primal Simic, big stompy. This will get Matt's spidey sense tingling. Hey now. Hey now.
Stretching, sorry.
Yeah, but whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control, you copy the spell. So a weird distinction, things like Parallel Lives, Ajax and Nev, that won't make a second token of it because you would have to copy the spell, so like a twinning staff would. But anything that makes additional token copies of creatures that enter will not trigger with Volo. So weird, but a distinction that had to be made. I think it can be strong if you build... This is a big deck build fine-tuning thing that you have to kind of like get right. Because you can't have too many copies of the same creature type, but you can kind of double dip with some elves or beasts, but you want to try and keep it so it's pretty much like one elf, one dog, one beast, one elephant, one of each type to get the maximum benefit from it.
Feels like you have to have like the idea for what you need of each type of effect, and then find the creature that fits that to make it like the whatever kind of calculator thing that you have to use, hypergeometric calculator. So you're kind of like reverse engineering the deck from like the structure down to the cards, which I think is a cool thought experiment. Yeah. Not the way that I like to build decks. So definitely someone who has a little bit more brains than me. So I'm going to say that's probably mid power because it's so complicated in how you have to build it. I'm going to say it's in the middle of power level.
I'll agree. Mid power. Not too high, not too low. I do think, though, with every set, there's like a new creature type with a new powerful effect. So I think just the longer the game goes and more cards keep being made, the stronger this will get too. So I don't think it could ever really get power crept.
It's doing a specific thing that, it would be hard to replicate. So I agree. Yeah.
Nobody plays it either.
No, I don't think it's. I mean, maybe if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, you'd be more interested in this. Maybe that's how it pulled some of those people into the game. But no, I don't. I've never seen it. Aside from your thought experiment and in your trade binder.
Yeah, no, it's been sitting there for a while. Who knows? It might come out for a surprise visit on a episode.
Inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
Variability. This deck seems like it's something that I don't imagine there's one deck that is the same for everybody. So that's a big high grade for me for variability in deck building.
Yeah, I feel similar. I just feel like there are some creatures that will probably be in every deck, like a Peregrine Drake or a Manivore. They're just staples of the deck itself. You're going to find it in every single one. But I think overall, 50% will probably be different. So.
Right, because there's probably a best beast or best whatever. So, yeah, I can see that too.
I'm torn between A and B. I don't know.
I'm going to give it an A. I think it's cool. I like that he's sitting in a chair with his boot up. He's drinking a cold brewski. I think it's cool. I think it is a cool thought experiment of a deck, so I'm going to give it an A. I like to be excited for other people's decks, and this is one that I'd be, looking forward to seeing the next cool thing to come out of the deck. That's the experience I foresee with something like this.
Perfect. I'll hop right on the A train with you.
Cool.
All right.
My coattails, get on them, baby.
Final one. If you want to let it rip.
Let it rip. Last one. Omo, Queen of Vesuva, another face commander of a deck 2 and hybrid SIMIC, shapeshifting noble. Whenever Omo enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to one target land and up to one target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. So 1/5. A lot of text, but it is a cool card. I have this in my Kenneth Gates deck to help with the Maze's End. I think that's cool. I'm sure there's some people getting up to some really weird, quirky, kooky things with this. So I assume that it's more powerful because my brain goes to like the easiest thing that you could do with it, and I imagine there's some sick freaks that are doing something crazy with this.
Well, the way that I would make it would be,
Sick freak alert.
because I'm a simple man like you, man. I'm a Timmy at heart, so I would go with focus more on the creature stuff, because I've always wanted to make a deck where it's like an anti-typal deck, your Maskwood Nexus type stuff. So everything will benefit from every single X typal effect out there ever made. Like things with like all beast effects trigger twice or anything like that. I feel like Simic there's not too much, but like a lot of elf synergy maybe. And you can just make everything an elf. So if you like go crazy with like sapperlings and then make all your sapperlings elves, that's gonna go kind of hard. So I think,
Yeah, that's powerful.
yeah, and also, I mean, the obvious Tron land, everything. So you're gonna get that every single time, no matter what.
Right.
You could even. No, you can't do that. I was gonna say flood counters, but no.
Ooh, let's go.
That wouldn't do it.
As an aside, why does this art look like it's AI generated? No disrespect to Alex Brock, but this looks like the brainchild of ChatGPT.
We need to question him.
No shade.
I mean, it was a Modern Horizons 3 commander. I think it's pretty popular.
Yeah,
I've seen
agreed.
this multiple times.
Yeah, hipster friendly. It would be a no for me. I think. Again, the access to it, like Zimone, is too high. So one I would not look towards if I was thinking more hipstery.
And then deck building. It could go either way, honestly. I feel like a lot of people do a lot of stuff with same lands. They don't really do too much with the creature. So I feel for the most part it is kind of one track, more land folly. Landfall, Simic, whoa! More land.
Surprise!
Landfall or lands matter. So there's that, but you can take it the other direction, but most people don't. So I'll give it a mid.
I was thinking C.
We'll put it C for crappy.
C for Kriznappy.
Sorry, Omo fans out there, but I'm not a fan.
Agreed. Again, I think a part of the 99 is cool, but not really calling to me.
Yeah. But action, raw power.
Bruh, that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 Simic Commander cards and our takes on where they fall on the power scale for our opinions. You're always welcome to leave your opinion. Sorry, our truths. You're welcome to leave your truths down in the comment section below. Let us know what your favorite Simic Commander is. If it didn't make the list, tell us why you're playing it. If you'd like to see more of our content, feel free to check out our channel. Links to our deck lists for Ivy and AC and what else?
Maybe Hawkball.
Hawkball. I'm sure Dan has a deck list laying around. Yeah, so we'll have some deck lists down in the description for things that we're playing. Yeah, Simic is a fun color. I'm excited to see what the next color is. Tyler, what do we got for the next video? If you like this.
You know what? I'll think about it, but first person to comment a color gets to choose. How about that? First person.
That's cool. Like that. Yeah, if you comment down below what color you'd like to see next, get our takes on it. That's going to be the next video in the series. So yeah, if you like this video, want to see more of Tyler and Matt, leave those comments down below. Make sure you're engaging with us.
Give us a hashtag gruesome twosome down in the comments.
Donkey brain twosome down in the comments.
The donkey brain duo. The dinglets. That's what
it just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, so leave a comment down below and we'll see you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.